The gameplay of Mega Man Battle Network 5 is largely similar to that of its predecessors. The player explores the real world through LAN and the net through MegaMan.EXE. When LAN plugs his PET, a handheld computer, into a computer with an interface jack, he can upload MegaMan.EXE to the cyber network, allowing him to explore and fight viruses as random encounters. When MegaMan.EXE encounters viruses, the screen shifts to a battle screen set on a 6x3 square grid. On the left half of the grid is MegaMan.EXE, and on the other half are his opponents. MegaMan.EXE has a relatively weak armed cannon, the Mega Buster, but his main weapon is LAN's library of battle chips, one used per battle special attacks, which grant various abilities, including simple attacks, attack enhancements, defensive effects, terrain transmogrification, or assistance from other NetNavis. Before battle, the player can construct a folder consisted of 30 battle chips, and each turn of a battle, measured by a timer bar at the top of the screen. The player is presented with a random selection of these chips. The player can send MegaMan.EXE up to 5 battle chips, after which the battle takes place in real time with MegaMan.EXE controlled by the player, attacking with his Mega Buster, dodging attacks, or activating battle chips from his queue. MegaMan.EXE joins a team led by either LAN's and MegaMan.EXE rivals Chad and ProtoMan.EXE, or new characters Borrow and Colonel.exe, and the members of this team assist Mega Man in various ways. MegaMan.EXE can take on the attributes of one of his teammates with a sole unison. The team plays its largest role in liberation missions, wherein MegaMan.EXE and the rest of his team enter a part of the Nebula-controlled internet to free the area via a time-limited battle with a group of viruses. The dark chip system from the previous game was also reworked, with them now having to be obtained. It is also possible to use them to activate a Chaos Unison, which resembles a normal Soul Unison, with the main difference being that the Mega Buster is replaced with the effects of the dark chip he used for the Chaos Unison. While using this effect doesn't cause HP loss, it has to be done with careful timing, as charging with poor timing will end the Chaos Unison and cause an invincible, evil version of MegaMan.EXE to join the viruses and attack him for a short period of time using random battle chips. Much like previous games in the series, Game Boy Advance copies of Mega Man Battle Network 5 can connect using the Game Boy Advance link cable to battle head-to-head or to trade battle chips. Battle Network 5 also includes content referencing the Boktai series by Konami, such as a crossover battle feature unlocked by combining both Battle Network 5 and Boktai 2, Solar Boy Django. In North America, both the Game Boy Advance and Nintendo DS versions of Mega Man Battle Network 5 met with fairly tepid critical reception, with Metacritic and game rankings aggregate scores ranging from 66% to 70% across the different versions. Reviewers often highlighted the reuse of aging art and sound assets from previous games, comparing them unfavorably with contemporary Game Boy Advance games, as well as the lack of changes from its predecessors. Craig Harris said in his review for IGN, even though this sequel can be considered the best in the series so far, Battle Network 5 doesn't add all that much to the series. The Liberation missions were also poorly received by reviews, with the general consensus being that they only slowed down the game. GameSpy wrote that perhaps if the concept was fleshed out in a spin-off title, the experience would feel more complete than the Final Fantasy Tactics for Dummies 5 that it has now. Reviewers praised the DS version for including both games, as well as a new map system, but felt that it hadn't utilized the system's features to their full extent. Reviews weren't entirely unfavorable, especially when the topic of Battle Network 5's predecessor was concerned. GameSpot, in particular, compared it favorably with Battle Network 4. Japanese reviews were also more positive, with Famitsu scoring the GBA and DS versions 36/40 and 31/40 respectively.